Hi, Mark Redgrave here from Open Amplify, and I wanted to give you a quick look at our new SocialView product, Audience Reporting. We launched SocialView last year with our first product, Social Metrics, and the whole point of that analysis was to look at the social conversation and actually derive the metrics that really mattered, the metrics that could become the foundation of social KPIs. We had awesome success with that, with brands and agencies who needed to do campaign analysis. So it's a very logical extension for us to do audience reporting. And this is different to social metrics in that with audience reporting, we're looking at the conversation to organize users into actionable groups. And this is proving to be a big hit in one-to-one marketing. So what do we mean by useful audience segments? Well, it's pretty easy. What we do is we analyze the conversation and we look for people that fall into different segments based on how they're engaging. So we find fans, advocates, detractors. We look for people who are talking about buying products, and we look for people that are in the so-called marketing funnel. By analyzing the entire conversation, we can automatically segment these groups, and that's proving to be very, very useful, especially as the social conversation grows. Okay, so let's take a look at an audience report in the context of a case study. We're lucky enough to have worked with some great brands for Super Bowl 2013, and what you'll see on screen here is actually a result of a study we did using our social metrics. And here we've plotted the creative preference index, which is basically how positively people felt about the ad, against what we call a brand awareness index, which is the role of the brand in the actual conversation. And you'll see here there's a bit of a stellar performer, and that's Jeep. So let's go into audience report and take a look at Jeep to see what's going on. So here we are in the actual audience report, and the first thing we're going to do is the same with all SocialView products, is we're actually going to filter the topic, because you can see here there are a lot of topics being discussed in this conversation. And what we want to do is when we look for fans and advocates and detractors, we need to know what they are fans or advocates of. So for the sake of this demo, I'm going to type in here Jeep or car or truck or SUV. Press return. And you can see this list is now filtered. So these are the messages and topics that match that search. I'm actually going to select all of these. And then basically what's happened here in the main screen is we have just some overview metrics to give you a feel for what's going on in the conversation. You can see here the breakdown of the different analysis types and some trending over time in terms of the campaign's duration. Now at the top, we have 5 tabs: fans, advocates, detractors, purchase, and marketing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 2 of them. The first we're going to go into is the Advocate tab. So the Advocate analysis is interesting. It's more than a fan. In Open Amplify's world, an advocate is somebody who does feel positively about the brand or the topic, but also promotes engagement. There is physical and emotional engagement with the topic in a positive context. So if you look here, we have a list of top advocates. This is done based on an index. The index is calculated by the number of messages, i.e. the number of times this particular user has contributed to the conversation, and their average sentiment. So basically the top advocates are the people who like it most and have contributed most. And you'll see in the messages on the right, these are people that are engaging with the commercial and with the brand at a level just beyond just liking something. It's more than merely liking something. This is a good example. Thanks for having the best Super Bowl commercial. I'm proud to say my active duty husband has driven a Jeep for the past 13 years and will continue to do so. So this is advocates. And as with each of these tabs within audience reporting, you can export these messages and all of the information around platforms to Excel for further work in terms of one-to-one marketing. Now let's take a look at the Purchase tab. The purchase analysis is very, very powerful. What it's doing is Open Amplify is looking for instances where people are talking again about the topics we selected, but are talking specifically about buying or acquiring these topics. So again, it's the same table, the same index is applied, but you can see here in the deep message details, this is people who are actively buying or looking to buy the product. Thanks for the Super Bowl commercial. Proud Marine wife and the person often waiting. In a few months we're buying a new car. I'm happy to trade my old Jeep for a new Jeep. These are people that are talking about buying this product. And it's a very powerful analysis. It's always a small percentage of the conversation, but Open Amplify with the audience reporting gets you straight to the actionable data that for many brands is absolutely key. And as with all of the analysis within audience reporting, where there are different platforms at play here with the data that's been uploaded, you can filter on the left here by each of those platforms. So those are two tabs, give you a feel for how audience reporting works. But the great thing is we have some clients that have uploaded 5, 6, 7 million comments, and audience reporting does this segmentation pretty much instantly and completely automatically. So the great thing about audience report is it allows you to actually understand this audience. It's your audience, you, the brand, you've paid to create this conversation. And with audience reporting, it allows you to recognize the individuals, know who is leading the conversation. It allows you to reward them. If you know who they are, you can reward them appropriately. You can win them back. If they're unhappy, you can turn them. And of course, if they're looking to buy something, you can convert them. With audience reporting, we're putting the segmentation of that audience in your hands so you can use it for powerful one-to-one marketing. Lots of great stuff coming from the Open Amplify team. Check us out at openamplify.com/socialview or on Twitter at openamplify. Thanks for listening.